Morning, I'm Shaw Perry, NJRHA's Communication Manager, and today we have Diane Barr, founder of Image Reps, who's going to go over marketing tactics for holiday success and beyond. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome, Diane Barr.
Hi, good morning, everybody. Really excited to be here today. As Shaw said, I'm Diane, and I'm the founder of Image Reps, a digital marketing company, and we specialize in
One moment, I apologize about that. Diane?
Yep.
Here.
Okay. Hear me now?
Yes, you're okay.
Good. So really excited to be here with you today to talk about some marketing tactics for the upcoming holidays and beyond. And I know that there's been a lot going on in all of your businesses lately. So I wanted to just take some time and offer you some suggestions to think about the holidays coming up and to potentially capitalize on some end of the year business. So really, when we think about the holiday season in a digital world, we think about November, December, and January, and all of that kind of preliminary work goes in place in October. So, but with Thanksgiving and Hanukkah and Christmas and New Year's, there's a lot of different opportunities for restaurants to take advantage of. Since it's been a slow start to this year, now more than ever, we're really trying to help our partners get out there and be found. So, couple reasons why to market your restaurant for the holidays. Couple of statistics that I pulled this morning. 90% of guests research a restaurant online before going there. 38% of diners are using mobile devices to search for a restaurant's menu. And 71% of customers are more likely to recommend a company that quickly replies on social media posts and messages. So everyone's out there on the web now more than ever. But with so many restaurants running with shorter staffs and less people, a lot of restaurateurs are looking for ways to capitalize on marketing without taking a whole lot of their time and or associates' time. So today we're going to talk about creating a plan to get found and stay top of mind for everyone looking for your business. In detail, we're going to talk about how to prepare your marketing plan for the holidays, how to execute that plan, how to prepare for ongoing success after the holidays, because these 3 months are just a setup for the beginning of the year. And we want to make sure that the great things that we accomplish in the next few months, we're able to carry on after that. So as Shaw said, I'm Diane. Image Reps is my company. I founded it in 2015 after spending quite a long time in corporate America. My career actually started out much like many of you. I started in the restaurant industry. Bonanza as a hostess was my first career. I spent 5 years owning and operating my own restaurant. I've worked for several restaurant chains, several hotel chains, and also in Wyndham Hotel Group corporate franchising. So my background is hospitality. My passion is hospitality. My passion is customer experience. And this company has allowed me to bring that all together with marketing for one of my favorite things to talk about, which is restaurants. So I'm excited to be here today, excited to be a resource for you and a fellow member of the Restaurant Association and to be able to help you with your marketing success moving forward. So just in case you haven't taken them down, we look at several key marketing opportunities coming up over the next couple of months. So obviously Thanksgiving kicks off the big one in the restaurant industry. Cyber Weekend, November 27th to the 30th, with Small Business Saturday falling right in there in the middle. Hanukkah, Christmas, Kwanzaa, and New Year's Eve. So I have these posted as a big poster on my office wall. I look at them on a regular basis, count back the number of weeks to get there, because these deadlines really do give a lot of opportunities for businesses to be able to get some information out there and in front of people. And while they present great marketing opportunities, they also present some marketing challenges in the fact that everyone's trying to get the same share of customers at the same time. So it's really important to be on top of things that make you a little bit more successful. And hopefully today I can share a couple of tricks with you to getting some more success over the next few weeks. So quick poll. What marketing tools are you already using? If you can drop in the chat widget, any marketing tools that you're currently using, we'd love to hear from some of you. Some of the answers that I see here, a lot of people are on social media. Some people are using Google Ads. Some people are using email. Which are all great things and all things that we're going to cover as we move forward. So when I look at a company's marketing strategy at the very beginning of a relationship with them, there's 6 things that I really look at a very high level before I recommend some strategies. So a couple things that we take into consideration. First and foremost, we look at a company's website, which we call the holiday home base right around this time of year. Is your website mobile friendly? Is it optimized for search? Do you have good search terms in there? Is it fast? Is the content easy to be found? So lots of different things you can look at on your website. Listings and reviews. Everybody wants to come up in search, but there's a couple things that you can do to help you come up a little bit faster. Social media. The social media platforms are constantly changing how they put information in front of your customers. It's been said that if Facebook put every piece of content into your Facebook feed that you technically could see from friends and businesses you followed, you'd have over 18,000 pieces of content a day. So Facebook uses an algorithm that determines what they think is most relevant for you. As a business owner, it's really important to understand that algorithm and make sure that you're teeing up your posts to give them the most potential to get in front of people that follow you. Email marketing, I'm a huge fan of email marketing. Social's great. It's a nice big pond that's out there. Email marketing is going directly to people that matter to you. And we see huge ROI for people that are using email marketing effectively. General content. What are some things you can do to get your name out there online? And then last but not least, paid efforts. You know, if you really want to put some money behind your ads, how do you make sure that you're optimizing that and getting the strongest ROI possible for your business? So people say to me, I don't know where to start. I've done some social media posts. I think my website is good, but you know, I just keep pushing social media posts out there and nobody likes them. I'm pushing out emails and I'm not getting a lot of response. So what am I doing wrong? So we tell people to take five key steps when they're looking at building their marketing plan. So first and foremost, figure out your goal, right? Are you trying to get people to know about your business and gain more potential customers? Or are you really trying to interact with the people that you have and get them to spend more money with you? You can decide any which way you want to go, but if you don't have a plan, it makes it really hard to be able to measure whether it's successful. Second is understand your audience. There's tons of data out there, whether it comes from the social media profiles or from your email marketing or even from your website, that tells you when people are looking at your content and how they're looking at your content. It's important to understand what matters to them, because just because you like doing your social posts at 9 o'clock in the morning, if your followers aren't online until 11 o'clock at night, you're not going to get those eyes and the success that you need. And then in that same matter, determine what your customers find valuable. You know, you may think a great picture of your pasta dish for tonight is going to do really well on social media, but when you talk to your customers, they really want to see cocktail pictures, or they want to see tips from how to find the best produce from your chef. So it's really important to understand what they think is valuable, and then research how to stand out. I probably spend as much time on the competitors of my clients as I do on my client's page, seeing what they're doing, understanding how they're positioning themselves, and figuring out how we can leverage and stand out from the crowd. And then last but not least, then create your offers. So many times when I go out and talk to a client, they'll say to me, I have these offers. Can you tell me how to market them? And I'll say, well, let's take a step back and figure out if those offers are really going to work for your clients, and then see if they're the right way to go. So we always start with the end in mind, but those offers really are the last step when we go out and talk to people. So some holiday campaign ideas that we've worked on with some of our clients. Holiday meals in your house or ours. So we all know the world is completely different. Takeout has claimed a space in the restaurant world. So making those holiday meals that can be done in restaurant or at home. And when you think about that, you know, it's beyond just making sure that you have the right takeout containers and you have the way to package it. Have you thought about how you're going to to put the instructions for reheating? And is there an option for you to take those reheating instructions and put a coupon for January or February on the bottom when you tend to need a little bit more business? Have you thought about what that's going to look like and how you'll position it? Another one that we're working on is gift yourself this holiday season. We've all seen it. If you buy $50 in gift cards, you get 10 for yourself. It's a tried but true great way to position those gift cards, and it's a great complement to your Cyber Weekend savings. Sample the holidays. I have one client that's done a very cool thing in the fact that they're taking some of their Thanksgiving menu and they're creating samples that they're giving out to diners that come in. So anybody that comes in on a Friday evening gets to sample a different piece of the Thanksgiving menu. It's a great way for them to be able to offer just a little something. People love to get that free extra. And it's a great way for them to be able to position that out there and push out what their Thanksgiving menu is going to look like. The more you visit, the more you earn, right? So start a little loyalty program. It doesn't have to be intense. It doesn't have to have a huge technology behind it. You can even go back to the old trusty punch cards if you want to, or you can create kind of an online punch card where you keep track of visits. But somebody that comes in 5 times, reward them with an extra $10. It's a great way to get people out. This is really great if you have multi-unit restaurants. We have one client that's taking 5 of their restaurants that are located within close proximity to each other. And the more they visit within the month of November, the bigger the bonus is. So if they visit 1, they get a $10 gift card for the beginning of the year. If they visit 2, they get a 20. If they visit all 5, they get a $50 gift card. So they're really promoting that cross utilization of the different restaurants. And then holiday contests, photo contests, sweepstakes, all of those are great ways to make yourself stand out from the crowd and really take advantage of the season. So let's dive in and look at your website. This is really the home base for people and some things that you really want to think about, especially around the holidays. The holidays bring out a lot of seasonal, one time a year content. So you want to check and make sure that last year's content isn't up there. Last thing you want is somebody doing a search for your restaurant name in Thanksgiving and pulling up last year's menu and thinking that that's what you'll have this year. So before you even post your new menus for the holidays, make sure you go back and take down last year's content. Your holiday hours, have they all been updated? Your special and your seasonal menus, have we gotten those up there? And as you're putting those menus up there and you're talking about what it is that you're offering, make sure you include keywords and locations. Everybody's fighting for that organic search on Google and fighting to come up in that search bar. You can't come up if you don't have the term in there. So we always tell clients, write down the 10 things that you would search for when you're looking for your restaurant and or looking for your holiday offering in your restaurant, and make sure that you have that somewhere on your website. Make sure that you have the key in the header. So the example that I have on the screen, Thanksgiving dinner at Wolf's Tavern, this is exactly what somebody could type for. And I have this in the header of this web page to make sure that Google knows this is the most predominant piece of the page and that this is what they should rank as the biggest priority from a search perspective. Don't rely on PDFs. PDFs, JPEGs are really hard for Google to pick up. So make sure that you're putting those search terms in the body of your website and making sure that they're there and easy to find. Google can crawl a PDF, but it doesn't crawl as fast and it can stop. So you want to make sure that those important things, you're not relying on the PDF to get that information. There's some great partners out there that can help you put the menus up. This particular website that you see on the screen is a single platform website. They offer the ability to get your website, your menus up on your website. They push it out to Google, they push it out to TripAdvisor, they push it out to the social media platforms. So it's a great investment if you're looking to up the way that you're putting those out. A good website platform, however, will offer you the ability to put those menu items right on the page as well. So think about that in your web design and think about the fact that you want to make sure that if you have to make a change to this menu, that it's really easy to do so. If you put a PDF on your website and you need to change something based on product availability or cost factors, you have that PDF that was floating around out there. If you put it right on your website, you can make that change really easy and it's instant. Make sure that reservations and ordering are easy. So whether you're using a platform like OpenTable to integrate reservations, whether you're using your own contact form, whether you're relying on phone calls, make sure that that information is clearly marked on your website. And if you have an online ordering form, make sure that that's easy to use as well. Tell a story on your website. Everybody knows what you want people to feel when they walk in your dining room for Thanksgiving or Christmas, or what you want them to experience when they take home your pies and open them up, make sure to use those descriptive words on your website so that people understand what it is that they can expect. Consider offers. We talked about some of those from a promotions perspective. Make your menu scannable and build your email database. One of the best ways to be able to continue to push information out about all of your holidays and offerings is to build that email database. So I challenge everybody that's on the call today to look at their website and make sure that you have an email form on your website, and see if a pop-up works. See if there's a way that you can integrate a pop-up onto your website, whether people first get there, whether you do it as they're going to leave or after they've been on for a certain amount of time. But gathering those email addresses is a great way for you to be able to continue to talk to them even after they lose that website. We do a lot of different website work for clients. We have packages where we offer just maintenance on an existing website. We do website design. So a lot of these things are things that we talk about on a regular basis with our client, and they really can make the difference between having your website seen on Google or not seen on Google. Speaking of Google, you got to get up there. So everyone knows that there's organic search and there's paid search. If you've searched on Google, you can see clearly when an item is listed as an ad and someone's paid to place there, and the rest of them come up organically. In order to show there, you need to claim your listings on those mega sites. So especially Google and Bing, you want to make sure that you've claimed your listing. As you can see in the example on the screen, this listing's been claimed. This is a new restaurant that has just recently opened in the Boston area. You can see their menu is flowing from single platform. Their reservations are via OpenTable. If you have not claimed your Google listing, I would make that the first to do after this session to make sure that you can show up based on that Google listing. And then there's microsites, local sites, Yelp, TripAdvisor, individual restaurant sites that you want to go to as well. You know where your customers go to, you know where your customers come to you from. It's really important to make sure that that content is accurate. All of the major sites, Google and Bing, allow you to put in holiday hours. So when people are searching, it can come up in the search bar. Having this directory listing and a really solid website content strategy gives you a much better chance to be shown when people are searching for your restaurant. So once you have the basics in place and you have your website down and you're shown, then you can really start going into how are you going to talk to your clients, right? If your website and Google is the foundation, email and social media, paid ads are a way for you to talk to and engage with them, right? So social media can be used to encourage people to join your email list. It can be used to give you a behind the scenes look. Customers love to see behind the scenes of Thanksgiving prep. So holiday prep, they love to see the decorations that you have. They love to see your staff being festive for the holidays. I encourage you to create Facebook events for any holiday activities that you have going on, whether it's your Thanksgiving dinner, whether it's your Christmas dinner, your New Year's Eve dinner, whether you're having something unique for the holidays, like a market or things like that. Facebook events just give you one more searchable piece of information about your business out there that can help you get found. Last but not least, make sure that you're using location tagging, especially in Instagram. When you do that post, make sure that you put your location in there so that you start to come up when people are looking for restaurants in a specific area. And the same thing with hashtags. Whether you have your own custom branded hashtags, whether you're using bigger hashtags within the location, hashtag NJ Foodie, hashtag restaurants in NJ, hashtag NJRA. You want to make sure that you're using those in there so that when people are searching for that content, you're coming up in there as well. We always recommend that people use a balance of bigger hashtags, hashtag food, hashtag foodies. If you go on Instagram, they have just so many posts using those, and then smaller ones, hashtag Bud Lake restaurants, hashtag Newark restaurants, so that you can get into those micro searches as well. We recommend anywhere between 8 and 15 hashtags in a post. You don't want it to overwhelm your content, but you want to make sure that they're in there and they're making it relevant. So once you think about the type of content that you want, you really want to create a social strategy and a calendar that works. I know that getting on social media takes a lot of time, and I know that sometimes it's the last thing that business owners and managers are thinking about. So sometimes just taking an hour in the beginning of the month and thinking about what it is you want to post and when can really help you give a cohesive feel. We've all seen those social media profiles where where it just looks like people are throwing up random pieces of information and it doesn't really tell a story. So just like your website and your listings tell a story, your social should complement that story as well. So ask yourself what channels work best for you. Again, go back to your audience. If you're looking to tell a story visually, Instagram's great. Instagram has a younger follower. They have a good balance of male to female demographics, and it's a great way for you to put pictures of your cocktails and your dishes up there for people to be seen. Facebook is another great one for pictures. Facebook, you can also share links. So if you want to promote people to go right back to your website, Facebook is a great place for that. You can do the same thing with Twitter. If you do a lot of corporate events or you want to promote to corporate areas, LinkedIn is a great business to business platform. Each of them have different demographics. Each of them have different uses. We have some clients that use kind of what we call a flat channel strategy, and they post everything to the same channel, same picture, same content, to make sure that they're capturing everybody in the same way. We have some clients that have a completely different strategy based on different platforms. So you'll see lots of food pictures on Instagram, and you'll see lots of shares of press that they've gotten, links back to their website, and special offers. So really think about where you want to be. You can go into your business pages on all of those platforms, and you can see how people are reacting with you, people how are engaging with you, and you can see what your clients look like. You can tell where they're coming from, what their demographics are, and it can help you figure out which the best platform is for you. Once you determine where you want to go, again, think about what type of content and then put together a posting schedule. When it comes to a posting schedule, people ask us all the time, how often and what content should I post? How do I know how often I should be out there? How much should I put there? And what should it look like? So we always say authentic content rules. So pictures of things that are happening in your restaurant are absolutely fabulous. If you need to use a stock picture, make sure it's a realistic stock picture. You don't want to set an expectation for a burger that's going to have 3 patties when the burger in your restaurant only has 1. So really make sure that if you're looking for stock images, they match what you're going to offer. And we always tell people that we use a 70-30 rule and consistency over volume, right? So none of us would watch a television channel that's all commercials. We'd turn it off, we'd go to a different channel. No one wants to see a social platform that's all commercials either. So we tell people to do 70% of their content that's informative and educational and fun. And that can be pictures of your food, it can be pictures of your drinks, it can be pictures of your staff, and 30% of your content that's really heavy hitting, reserve a table now, view our menu, purchase a gift certificate, so that you really can keep that balance. And we tend to feel that consistency over volume works as well. So rather than posting 8 posts on one day because you have a lot of time, use the scheduling platform. If you're not using an actual scheduling software like Hootsuite or Sprout Social, you can go right into Facebook or Instagram and you can schedule those posts in the future so that it gives you some content and it gives you a consistent schedule. The social platforms really look for businesses that are doing things on a regular basis as opposed to big spurts. In general, we say 1 post a day is probably a good amount, especially if you have a post that's doing well. Because depending on the size of your followers, you can step on your own post. So if you post at 10 in the morning and you post at 7 at night, and Facebook hasn't sent it through all of your followers, you can actually stop the first post with the second post that you put out. So if you have a lot of followers, if you're over 10,000, if you're over 15,000, you could get away with some more. But for those smaller profiles that are out there, the smaller restaurants, 1 time per day, look for those good times in your metrics so you know when to send it out, can really be beneficial for you. And then who's watching? So once you put that post out there, make sure you have someone that's willing to go back and thank people for comments, engage with comments, talk to them. Engagement, engagement, engagement. The more you can get people to talk to you, the more you talk back to people, the higher you'll be in those algorithms to get more content in front of people. So we highly discourage a post it and forget it. Make sure that you have someone that you can rely on to thank people for their comments. If somebody says, wow, this chicken looks great, make sure you throw a comment back that says, you should try it, we can't wait to see you. Because that engagement is worth as much as the actual post was, as far as getting with people and connecting with them. So once you determine an overall campaign strategy, we suggest putting together campaigns for key events. So if you're going to do a holiday bonus, you want to make sure that you do an announcement of it first and let people know to sign up. A reminder and then a last chance reminder. So for example, if you have Thanksgiving coming up, you may want to do 5 posts for it. One that announces your menu, one that showcases 2 or 3 of the items, and then 2 that talk about reserving a table specifically. You can always have that reserve link in there, even in those engagement posts. But think about how many times you want to get in front of people and how much you have available to push out there to talk about the different events. The great thing about the holidays is there's a lot of content. The negative thing with the holidays is there's a lot of content. So you really want to look at the next few months and determine if you have Thanksgiving and Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, New Year's Eve, do you want to put those into group posts? Do you want to do them individually? And look at them on a calendar to make sure that you're really following that 70-30 rule and don't become overly spammy in their feeds. So once we get a solid social media strategy, then we need to follow up with our email campaigns. So social media goes to people who are a lukewarm interest with you in a lot of ways. Your email list goes to people that are probably a lot more interested in you and can be considered a more hot lead for things that you're getting out to them. They've subscribed to your list, they're interested in what you have to say, and it's a great way for you to promote your offer and share your value. So a well-crafted email can go a really long way. People ask all the time, how often should I be emailing? You know, you say post a couple times a week, how often should I be emailing? And I say, think about yourself. How often do you like to see emails from businesses in your inbox? So, you know, if you have a large email following, you may do once a week, you may do twice a month, you may do once a month. But again, it really comes down to the content that you have and if it's meaningful. Don't send an email out just to get out in the inbox, but make sure that you have some good content to push out there. Graphics do really well in email, promotions do really well in email. And there's a couple of tips that we have for you to make those emails a little bit more successful. So just as your social profiles are really busy, the amount of email that people have gotten, especially since COVID has hit, has gone up significantly. I don't know about anybody else, but my inbox is filled with things from people. So you want to make sure that you're really putting together a strategy to get in the inbox and get seen. So a couple of things, think about what you're offering in the email, have a headline, make it be brief, and make them want to read more. Some keywords in your subject lines: offer, deal, special, reserve now. You want to have a call to action in that subject line that really makes people want more. I know myself, I answer emails, I open emails a lot more when I feel like there's something that's in there that's going to interest me. If you're using an email provider, a lot of times they can insert someone's name into the subject line. And I know if I see my name in the subject line, it's a little bit more personalized and I tend to give it a little bit more thought when I go to open it. Some of the things you don't want to do in that subject line are use all caps. You don't want to use a lot of punctuation. Emojis can work really well in subject lines if they're used sparingly. A lot of times you'll see them on either side of a word, but emojis are good differentiators. But you also want to make sure that you have a really solid list when you're emailing people. So purchasing lists, emails that you don't have authorization to use can really do a lot of damage to your email integrity. Building a solid email list is a marathon, sorry, not a sprint. And you want to spend a lot of time doing that. So whether you have a sign with the QR code in your physical location where people can sign up, whether you have a text to sign up offer, whether you do it through social media or through your website, you really want to make sure that you're building that list and keeping it clean so that you make your way into more inboxes. In the message body of the email, you really want to accentuate how it's going to help the reader, provide details and provide enough information so they're able to take action. So the email that you see on the right-hand side, this particular client is offering both takeout and in restaurant dining. So we detailed that out and we detailed the specifics on both sides. They have the ability to view the menu on both. And then as you scroll down, they also have the ability to make a reservation directly from the email. We do talk to a lot of clients that are hesitant to take reservations online for the bigger holidays because some of them will take credit card deposits. Some of them feel that just for those bigger events, they need to make a phone call. You can put a call link right into an email. We find that when people are looking at things digitally, they prefer to engage digitally. So restaurants that have a call only option for those big holidays sometimes see a dip in email effectiveness. If there's a way to fill out a form and have a callback, if there's a way to utilize an open table or a platform, we highly suggest it. because clicking a button keeps them right there in your email. The instant that they leave, other things kick in and they may forget to make that reservation. So the more that you can keep them in the email, the higher success rates that we see. Again, with that call to action, what do they need to do, and tell them specifically how you want them to do it and what that looks like. Clear, concise emails tend to perform better than long emails about lots of topics. So if you have that type of email where you want to go over a lot of different things, make sure that that body copy that you're using for it is simple and straightforward. Rather than listing the whole menu in the email, use the view menu button. It gets people over to your website. They may see things on the website that they didn't know before, and it keeps it easy in the email. One of the strategies that I like to use when I do emails is that we have two types of people that read emails: skimmers and skeptics. The skeptics, you're going to have to work really hard to get them to read more, but if you can convince them to read, they'll read the whole email word for word. So it's really important to make sure that you're proofreading and that everything that's in there is accurate. The skimmers are going to read the top paragraph and the bottom paragraph. So make sure that you put a big quick hit in those two paragraphs, and you can get the actions that you need from those two. You can also do reminders about your offers via email. So depending on what platform that you use, and my agency is a certified Constant Contact and MailChimp agency, and we do work with a lot of individual platforms within the restaurant and hospitality world as well. But all of those different platforms have ways that you can automate your email as well. So you can create 3 different emails about an offer that you have, and you can schedule them to go out. Same thing that we do on social media. You want to announce the offer, you want to remind it, and then do a last chance reminder. If any of you are planning to do gift card promotions for Cyber Weekend this year, Black Friday, Cyber Monday, things like that, please make sure that you get that email out beforehand. Cyber Monday is one of the busiest weekends when it comes to email, as you can imagine. So having that announcement email out there ahead of time gives you a better chance to be seen in the inbox on Black Friday, Cyber Weekend, and they'll be prepared for it. So it's a great time for this industry to get some specials out there and to promote different things, but you want to make sure that you put some lead time in there as well. Other ways that you can get found online is just general content. So take your website and let it advertise and market for you. If you have a blog page, if you have just simple content pages, there's a lot of things that you can put on your website that Google can then search for, and you can link your social media posts to or link your email posts to. Some of the things that we've seen that are really successful for our restaurants, again, I've said it before, but behind the scenes do really well. So a video of chef working on something for the holidays, a video of one of your bartenders making up a holiday themed cocktail, different holiday planning tips. You're the expert when it comes to the holidays and entertaining. So share those tips out there for people. Recipes for the holidays, gift ideas from within your own restaurant, wine selections that are great for holiday dinners, holiday cocktails, and really most importantly, just be the expert. The more you can get out there as the expert, the more they'll rely on you when they're looking for a place to go, whether it be for holiday meals or for just meals in general. This again can be really time consuming, but it doesn't have to be. You can tap your staff on the shoulder when it's a little bit slow and ask them to come up with great ideas. Some clients of mine have done contests with their employees where they've posted different cocktail recipes from different bartenders, where they've posted different recipes from different cooks and allowed their followers to vote on their favorite. It's a great way to gain some followers because any of those staff that are part of the contest will share it with their family and their friends who might not be following your restaurant. So it's a great way to utilize your staff to build up that following for a time when you're really looking to get in front of people. You can also do the same thing with your current followers. You can ask them to share their favorite holiday tips or their favorite holiday cocktails or their favorite holiday pie recipes, and you'll pick one to offer within the restaurant. Use it again from a voting perspective on Facebook, where people have to go on and vote for their favorite. There's no better way to get people to share your content than to make it an incentive for them. So this is a great time of year because you have people's attention and you can use a holiday theme for that, but it doesn't have to be just the holidays. You can do the same thing for favorite winter recipes, the same thing for favorite spring recipes. Summer cocktails are great. Everybody has a favorite summer cocktail. You can take those submissions from April through May, put your contest up for June and July, and you can watch your followers grow over the summer with a piece of content, and you can get a great cocktail out of it. And then last but not least, if you're really looking to drive some business and you really want to step outside of the organic channels, and the first 5 things that we've talked about are all things that you can do without any extra money allocated. But if you really want to put some effort behind it and you want to make sure that you're showing up on search, you really need to make sure that you're filling those takeout orders or filling the seats for your restaurant. You can use a couple of different types of ads. So Google ads are obviously the ones that come up in Google search first. These can be anything from display ads, where you can put pictures of the restaurant, to just straight text ads like you see on the screen in front of you. And you can set these up 2 different ways. You can set up a Google ad to be a search ad. So if someone looks for Thanksgiving dinner in Atlantic City, you can bid on those keywords to have a text ad come up there. You can also create ads that follow people around. So we've all gone onto a website, and then the next day, the shoes that we were looking at on the website yesterday are showing up in our Facebook feed or in our searches, and we're wondering how they got there. So you can also set up those ads so the people that have been on your website or on specific pages will receive ads for that. So a little bit more qualified than just a general search ad, but there's a lot of different strategies that you can use there. And you can jump into the Google search arena for just a limited amount of money if you just want to get up there. But again, I really encourage you to type in the words that you think your customers would be searching for, and check and see if there's other ads out there. If there's a lot of ads, the more times it's being put out there, the higher the cost will be. So you can get creative and look for different terms that will help you show some good placement. Facebook and Instagram both have the ability to promote ads. You can take a post that you did and just boost the post, or you can actually create an ad that designs right back to your website. And then you can also use ads to grow your email list. So there's a specific ad within Facebook and within Google that you can use to drive to an email landing page to help you build that list for more targeted communications. So lots of things that you can do, all requires a little bit of planning, and it definitely requires a good calendar. So one of the things that we recommend, and I don't know about anybody else out there, but I like to write things down. So I start every month with blank calendars, blank physical printed calendars that I handwrite things in. And I purposely handwrite it in pencil because so much changes for my clients. So someone will come up with a really great special that's much more important than the content that we had created. So it's much easier for me just to erase it and fix everything around. I have 2 people here in my office that laugh at me every time I print my calendars out for my clients because they do the same thing in Excel, and you can cut and paste and move things in Excel. Whatever works for you, whatever makes it easiest for you to see it on a piece of paper or on a screen in front of you. But we highly encourage you to just take a couple of hours at the beginning of each month, think about what it is that you're promoting, and put it out there. Once you start to see it all laid out, you'll see, wow, I have 15 things I need to promote this month. There's 30 days in the month. So maybe I should combine these 2, or maybe I should make this an email as opposed to 3 different social posts. You can share your emails in a social post if you want to promote those emails as well. So there's lots of different things that you can do, but this is a great reminder. And again, you can challenge people on property to help you with this. So if you decide that you really want to put a focus on your bar sales for the month of November, because it's been slow for a little bit, you can challenge your staff to come up with the most photogenic cocktails that you have. They can snap pictures and send them to you and help you get those out there. Having a calendar like this and sharing it really helps to get everybody on board. And we find the more that your staff is on board, the more proud they are of your channels and the more they're going to share for you. So they can become your biggest advocates. Be careful who you offer access to post for you, because sometimes your voice and your employee's voice isn't the same. And we encourage you to have one voice when you're posting out there. So find someone reliable. We offer social media posting services, obviously, for our clients. We have different voices for all the different clients that we have. So we can help you craft a voice for you to post on a regular basis, or we can take care of posting it for you. So last but not least, we talked about how to prepare for the holidays, how to execute that plan. Let's talk a little bit about what happens after the holidays and how to make sure you're successful after these 3 months. So you can create an after holiday offer that you can put on your website, your listing and review sites, your social media posts, your email campaigns, paid ads. January, February tend to be slower in a lot of restaurants. So it's a great time to promote an after holiday offer. It's a great time to promote gift certificate redemptions, and it's a great time to use those offers that you put out. Buy $50, get $10 in gift cards. most important when it comes to what you do during the holidays is review your results to understand what worked for you. So you can throw a lot of different efforts out at social media and digital marketing, but it really is the tracking of them and the metrics that make the difference. I'm a bit of a data geek, and there's nothing I like more than downloading all of the metrics around a campaign and looking at them and seeing what I could have done differently. So from an email perspective, how do you know if those are successful? Well, you want to look first and foremost at your opens and your clicks. You want to see how many people opened your email and then how many people clicked it. And then you want to see what happened when they clicked. Where did they go to your website? Did they make a reservation? Did they purchase a gift certificate? And what kind of behavior are they having? From your ads, look at which ads performed best. How many impressions did they get? How many clicks did they get? How far did they go within the whole ecospace of digital marketing? And then from a social media perspective, look at all your social posts. Review which ones had the most interactions. Did you grow followers? Did they get impressions and did they get clicks? A lot of people throw a lot of different efforts out there without really looking at them and understanding how they impacted your clients. It's hard to determine what to do next. So maybe look at all of the social posts that you did over the course of a month and look at what age demographic was looking at them the most. Maybe look at whether it was male or female that was looking at them, where they're located that was looking at those social posts, and it'll help you determine what you need to do to change up your client database. If you're trying to appeal to a younger crowd for your restaurant and everybody looking at your social posts is over 55, you really may need to change up the content that you're posting out there and try to figure out how to break into that demographic. So all of digital marketing is a great way for you to understand who's interested in your restaurant, but it's also a great way for you to figure out how to get into a different group of clientele that you might not currently have within your property. So once you look at the basic information from your email campaign, there's a couple of things that you can do to move forward with that, and we call that segmenting. You can segment your email list based on their purchase behaviors and their interests, right? So if somebody made a reservation or purchased, you want to make sure that you put them into a list that moving forward, you're going to cross-sell different products. You also want to ask them for reviews. If they've made that reservation, if they've gotten takeout from you, ask them for a review. Having reviews on Google, having reviews on TripAdvisor or Yelp is a great way for you to have content that's written by others. Research shows that 85% of people would trust a review of your restaurant over your own website or your own ad. And I think a lot of people would agree that they feel the same way. Hearing other people's perspective is a way to gain trust. So make those people that have made a reservation or bought takeout from you, send them an email asking them to write a review on their experience. It's a great way for you to get feedback. It's a great way for you to have more content out there and available for your future diners. You can also segment based on types of customers, right? So if they clicked on your lunch menu, then you know that they're interested in lunch, and maybe you'll send them a promotion for buy 5 lunches, get 1 free. If they clicked on your dinner menu, then you might send them updates to your wine list and new dinner menu items. If they clicked on your Thanksgiving dinner, you might want to send them your Christmas Eve dinner or your Valentine's special. So when you're sending those emails, make sure that you have the ability to track the links that people are clicking so that you can use them to your advantage after the holidays and throughout the year. It really helps you to determine what's most important to them and get more return out of your efforts. And then start planning for consistent marketing in the new year, right? So it's not just about the holidays where you want to build that calendar. It's not just about the holidays where you want to drive strategies. As soon as we finish with New Year's, we have things like Valentine's Day that come up. We have Mardi Gras, Cinco de Mayo, Memorial Day, 4th of July. They just keep going. So having a great way that you can manage all of those different efforts in one place is really key to be able to see what it looks like over the course of the year. It's also great to understand from a budgeting perspective. If you do feel like you need to throw in some ads there, when it's most important to throw those in there. And we highly encourage restaurants to get their events up at least 60 days, preferably 90 days before the event happens. So in terms of Thanksgiving and Christmas, those menus really need to be up there now. Could have been up there 30, 60 days ago. So when you're thinking about that and you're working with your chef and timelines and things like that, even if you don't have an exact menu, but you know you're going to offer something, it's better to put a Facebook event out there so that it can start to be crawlable and it can start to be found in search, and you can always add details in later. I have a lot of clients that say to me, we can't promote Thanksgiving yet because I don't have a menu. And my answer always is, let's just promote it in general. We can always add a menu in, we can always add pictures in, but just to get it out there so people know that you're offering it, so that you become part of the options when people are looking for things like that. So in recap, we want to make sure that you're ready for this holiday season. So after the call today, take some time to plan and write down what you're thinking about doing so that you can stay on track. Again, even if you're writing it on the back of a guest check, or you're writing it on a napkin, or you're typing it into your computer, if you write it down, it's something that you can go back to. So it's really important just to take a couple minutes, figure out what you're trying to do and how you can use marketing to help you get there. Make sure you have those foundational elements in place. Is your website up to date? Is everything off of there that should be off of there? Have you added all the new pieces? Have you gone into social media and changed over your photography, right? So we're now a month into fall. Have you put anything fall on there? Do you have some things coming in for winter? And then as you're writing that plan, how are you going to take advantage of after holiday spending and really capitalize on everything that you've done over the course of these past few months to make this plan stick? So through everything that we've talked about today, whether it's email marketing, building a website, updating a website, social ads or management, logo design, e-commerce, any of these things, Image Reps and our digital agency is able to help you. As I mentioned in the beginning, I started in the restaurant industry. It's my home. It's where I like to be. It's my favorite thing to market. We understand how hard COVID has hit this industry, and we want to be here to help. It's one of the reasons we joined the Restaurant Association, to be able to partner with all of you. We would love to talk to you. We would love to offer consultations to you. And if it's even just a question that you want to send our way, we are always here to answer a question. As a holiday offer, we are offering a complimentary digital analysis. So after this presentation, if you would like us just to go look at your channels and make some recommendations, we're offering that free to all Restaurant Association members. We are offering complimentary web updates with any social or email package, and a $50 ad credit on any ads that you run through us for qualifying packages. As a member of the Restaurant Association fee, there is never a setup fee for any of the members. We offer monthly plans for websites. So if you look at your website and decide in the beginning of the year that you need to redo it, or you want to redo it for the holidays, we understand that it's been a hard time for this industry. And we offer monthly plans for that, and we'll work with you to get that website out and then figure out how to make it work for you. We do offer both pre-fee and a la carte packages, just like your dinner menus. We offer those same types of menus for digital marketing. So if you're really strong in social media but don't know a thing about email, we'd be happy to do just the email part of that. If you say, you know what, we haven't thought about digital marketing since digital marketing was invented and we really need your help, we can help you from A to Z as well. And then we do offer services only or just technology solutions. So if you say, I want to do my own email, we can hook you up with a great package on Constant Contact or on MailChimp. If you're looking for web hosting, we can help you with that. So we really are a full service agency, but we're a full service boutique agency, and we're not a big agency. We don't have big agency prices or big agency rules. And we really do want to be partners with our clients. So we would love to talk to anybody that needs some help here and talk about ways that we can help you. You can reach us on our website at www.imagereps.com. Email diane.barr@imagereps, and my phone number is right here. I am happy to take any questions that have come in via chat or any comments or feedback.
Or you can go to the Q&A section at the bottom and ask your questions. Thank you, Diane. I am a fan of calendar written, so you know.
I'm sending you pencils for a holiday gift then.
I'll take pencils. I need pencil sharpener though.
Okay.
You know, one of those, the manual ones. I don't need the kind
You don't like the electric, you like the manual. Okay.
Yeah,
Noted.
the manual. You know, electric goes out, or you need batteries, one or the other. If you have questions, please feel free to put them in the Q&A section, or raise your hand. You can actually verbally ask your question. I can turn it on for you to speak your question. That was excellent. I'll be calling you for our complimentary,
I'll be here. I'll just jump in and get started for you.
I like complimentary. And I like a la carte too, just so you know. Sometimes meals have a lot of items that you don't want to eat. So it looks like we do not have any questions at this time. So again, I want to thank you, Diane. It was a pleasure listening to your presentation, and you can count on an email for a complimentary consultation.
Sounds great. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you.